Hello, hello. Hello and good afternoon, my Red Wing soldiers. How are we all doing today? Hope you are all doing well. Yoshi, welcome in. Yoshi's being a good student the last couple days and getting her schoolwork done. Jago, welcome in. Greetings. Hello, hello. Good times. Good times. So, welcome in. Hope everybody had a good night. Hopefully, everybody's gearing up for the week to start again. It seems like you blink and the weekend's over. It's ridiculous. Weekends are just way too short when you have so much stuff to do. Which, again, I always do. So, fortunate or unfortunate, however you want to look at it. I have so many little bugs coming in here because, again, my room is in the basement. So, too much work, yep. Again, my room is in the basement here, and, just outside this window behind me is a bush that pretty much stretches to my second floor. And, of course, it's wet here because it's been raining the last day or two. So all the little critters like to make their way into my room here. So I don't know how many spiders I've killed in here. I get, the little potato bugs or pill bugs. They make their way into here, so good times. But anyway, so how's everybody doing? I was setting up my Switch to post to my Twitter account. The links to which are right there if you care to follow me on Twitter or join the Discord. So I did that earlier, so that was that announcement. I also posted in the Discord the photo of my little amiibo shelf here. That's, again, it'll be a work in progress. I think I have like 24 or so more amiibo to get outside of the Animal Crossing cards. But, so far, all right, Jago? All right. Very nice. So we're plugging away. We're chugging. I'm doing all right, Jago. Again, I had my wife and I went out to breakfast this morning. Did my checklist at the fire hall. I didn't break anything or hurt myself, so that's always a good thing. The officer in charge of overseeing the checklist was there when I got there. Before he left, he goes, "Okay, let me ask you a question. What am I going to be filling out a report on today?" I said, "Hopefully nothing. But I do have to start the chainsaws, and the chainsaw on the apparatus that I was checking today gives me issues. Doesn't like to start up right away. So I joked that he'll be getting a call about a yep. Oh yeah, chainsaws. He'll be getting a call on me whacking my leg. But in addition to chainsaws, we also have circular saws, which we call K2 saws. See if I can show you an image of something like that we have. Oh, right here. This is what we call a K12 or a K2 saw. Used for cutting rebar, concrete. Not so much roofs. We use a chainsaw for that, but if we have to cut through like a fence or something, we use this type of saw. And this blade, something like right, Jago, like a cement saw. This blade does not have a chain brake like a regular chainsaw does, where you push the handle forward and the chain stops moving. This is just a freewheeling blade. And it's been a number of years, but we actually had a a firefighter take this blade to the helmet while we're still running. It was winding down, so it wasn't, full throttle, but it, it shows why we have helmets. But, yeah. I was joking that I'd be filling out a report for a loss of limb. But everything went all right. I didn't drop any tools on myself or anything. So, good times. Good times. For everybody popping back in, thank you very much for coming back after my frustrated rage that I took out on this game yesterday. Those questions, I can see what the developers are going for, but they're making you think. They're taking you outside the box. It's very, very different. And again, as the title of the stream says, we lost, but we won. Thanks to our good friend Alter Ego, and my favorite character Chihiro, who will remain my favorite character. Again, as nice as Kyoko is, and I'm sure we're gonna find out a little more about her as the game plays on. Absolutely, Jago. Absolutely. But again, it makes you think. Similar to, the Phoenix Wright games I've seen them played. They make you think. So, but it's alright. We made it through. We got to see what the future would look like with Hina as the baby factory for Kuya, Hiro, and myself, Makoto. I'd be interested to know what actually happened to Toko, because if you saw in that ending scene, Kuya was holding up her picture. Yeah, oh god, poor Hina. Kuya was holding up Toko's picture at the end, during that little thing. So I'm wondering what happened to her, if she finally went psycho. But I'm really excited to see what's going on. I want to find out, what we're doing down in this little pit. I'm sure we're going to be using the key that Kyoko swiped. I'm going to try to block some of the sun from the window. I'm sure going to be using the key that Kyoko swiped to get out of this garbage pit. And I'm going to see what happens. So we're going to pause Pretzel Rocks here. We're going to get Danganronpa going. There we go. And let me know how the audio is for the game and for myself. Hope it sounds okay. I remember when I first started this game, I'm like, oh man, I'm not going to remember all these characters and play, these characters' names. But I think I'm doing all right. Taka's the one that threw me off yesterday as they were showing them, showing the whole the list there when they showed the 15. I'm like, oh, Taka. Poor Junko didn't even get to play. She got whacked real early. Alrighty, let's get into this. trial verdict. This should be us here, right? Yep. So if we recall, Kyoko fell in and gave us some bread and water. What you got to say now? But Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me?
So...
To pay a debt. Or no, to atone. Atone?
You...
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. And again, you notice that instead of the normal like blue dialogue, we're green again. During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Abandoned me? You set me up for the beginning. Was it your suggestion to give me the knife? Don't say that. You didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you. Yes, Joggle. More times than one did she set me up.
However...
Well, listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason I had to survive no matter the cost. Can't offer you any other reason other than that. I really am sorry. Okay, now I wanted to see what that did, so I'm going to fast forward through the dialogue.
However...
Yeah, to come back here. Why did you have to survive?
It's true.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. Ooh, we're going to get some big plot exposition here. And I realize my face is dark because the bright window behind me is blanching out my camera. Eventually I might have to break down and get like a ring light so I get lit from the front instead of from above, because I have an overhead light right here, and then my little lamp here is what I use to light my room. Might have to actually break down and get a ring light or two, maybe mount it in this corner here. Am I among us? I am an among us. I'm a fungus among us. The reason I have to survive,
in other words,
is so that I can do what I came to this school to do. What? I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason. Okay.
Correct. In other words...
So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak?
Indeed.
That's right. At least I did once. Once? Am I the traitor or the innocent? See, I don't know. You remember that stream I did, last Sunday? I was freaking, I was the imposter. I don't know how many. 7 times, I think. I think it was 7. I didn't go back and look. But I think it was 7 with a record of 4 and 3. Once, until recently, I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot, but that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory? That's impossible. Amnesia? Then is it really true? You lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember Makoto? Remember what? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at this school? Weren't we given we were given an e-handbook, weren't we? The first thing. You're talking about when we fainted, right? Okay. I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right. I
fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to the school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because? I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. Wow. It's getting deep. But why would they want to do that? Your boy Robin from Billy's community is streaming right now. One of these times I'd like to raid him, but they don't stream too often. So what reason I can come up with, because of my purpose and my ability, somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. So the mastermind just stole them from you?
However...
And it could also mean somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind. You're like the headmaster's daughter or something? Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if what you say is true, why don't you ask the rest of us to help you?
Why is that?
If I did that, and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. What?
Correct.
Well, don't make too big a deal of it. It's just a possibility. That's a good thought. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The mastermind, one of us? If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. That's why she didn't trust us to begin with. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However...
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because among everyone, you were least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but I see. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind.
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
It's just like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen?
Listen.
Are you okay? Oh, yeah, it's nothing. Now, see... I don't understand exactly, unless Makoto... Again, Makoto and Kyoko are like one and the same person. But, I lost my train of thought. Although, yeah, this would be the perfect time. Kyoko trusted us, and we trusted her back. This would be the perfect time to tell, for us to do our plot dump and tell her everything. It is nothing, right?
Hey.
Hench Toes. Thank you very much. Welcome to the Red Wings. Welcome to the Red. Thank you very much for follow. Thank you very much for the follow. I hope you're doing well today. Welcome to the stream. We're way deep into Danganronpa, so I take it you're here because you enjoy the game or are curious about it. Even now, I still trust you. It's just I'm not used to relying on others.
Correct.
I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. You ready to get out of here, Kyoko? You said her reason for doing all that investigating on your own. So how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So...
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. Okay.
So...
You mentioned your ability. My ability. What everyone should have known me for. Again, you seem to be the ultimate detective because you have no problem getting wrist deep into these dead bodies. And my sinuses are really acting up today. I'm the ultimate detective. All right. Oh yeah, I'm fine, Jago. Again, it's just my nose has been running really, really bad today. The ultimate detective.
Correct.
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy, were you here to investigate the worst tragedy in the history of the school? There was someone I had to find here in the school. Whatever it took, I had to find them.
Correct.
You had to find someone? Who?
So...
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. Oh, didn't I say that? Didn't I say that she's related to the headmaster? I thought I did. What?
In other words...
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad. Is Hope's Peak's headmaster? Then that explains when Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. I'll find a way. Huh? No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster.
No matter what?
No matter the cost.
So,
Kyoko? What's going on? My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. Makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense.
However...
But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. That's right. She snuck into the headmaster's room. What'd you see in there?
So...
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess, the desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. Well, that would make sense, because Monokuma claimed that he's the headmaster now. I am the captain of the ship now. You mean the mastermind, right?
It's true.
That was my assumption, yes. And to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found. Yeah, we never found out what was on the second floor of the dorms. But why there? Well, because I also found this in the headmaster's room. Ooh, what'd you find? This is some kind of map?
Indeed.
It is a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. Okay. That would make sense to be in the headmaster's office. I found it in the headmaster's room along with Mukuro's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. So maybe she thought the headmaster was locked up there. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time. And I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. Okay. I assumed that if that were true, that room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
However...
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. Which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. I was so preoccupied with investigating that room, it was unforgivably careless of me. Okay, so we got two things to go back to see.
However...
Second floor dorms. What's going on? Okay.
However...
So what was it like? That part of the school, I mean. It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized. Whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean?
So...
Can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. It sounds like it must be important, and really ominous.
However...
Yep, we already did that one. It has to do with Bukuro Ikusaba, doesn't it?
However...
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. I didn't think she did. Again, it sounds more like a Kuya thing. But it might have been Monokuma as a plant. Because again, I still want to know what Kuya was stuffing in his little jacket pocket there when, everybody was preoccupied with Hina's heaving chest, looking over at Hiro disassembling Monokuma. And I know it wasn't you either. You're right. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi, so then who did kill her?
Anyway,
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba was to get me killed. It's a trap. Get you killed.
indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial. It was. The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope's Peak Academy at your discretion.
In other words,
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? Well, Monokuma himself did say that, he is a stickler for the rules and he's got to follow them himself. That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations.
hey,
There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder. What's that? There was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. Huh? Well, yeah.
indeed.
I could have become the victim?
Indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Right? Do you mean? Yep. Right there. During the night. I can hear them, The footsteps of the god of death? Huh? What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. I don't understand. That ability naturally draws me into cases, just like this.
Anyway,
Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
correct.
I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However,
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... Whoever the masked assailant was, they ended up dead.
correct.
And their murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind, and an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. If all that is really true, then I was right not to expose Kyoko's lie. Well, eventually. I'm glad I put my faith in her. Again, eventually. I screwed up the first time.
Correct.
Yep. So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro was also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. Well, that's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right. That is a contradiction. And it's not just Mukuro. They needed a class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. It's a complete mindfuck. So what does it all mean, Basil?
In other words,
It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more, and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair, and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not?
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. You're talking about What happened a year ago? The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that. They're the ultimate despair?
It would seem...
That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Then they're... Make no mistake. They're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. Wow. I am so confused. You received the Dream Island rocket present. Okay. And come back up here. The ultimate despair. A group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the Mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. But right now we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Can I talk to you anymore? Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room?
Indeed.
Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. And it can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
We should be able to use it on that door, right? See if there's anything new about the trash. Airplane. Nope. The desk. Monokuma rocket tank. Alright, let's get the hell out of here, Kyoko. Hey, Kyoko, we can use that key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. Kyoko took out the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole. And then... Yay! Yes, it opened!
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. But where will we end up is the question. Finally. We were finally free. But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief. Because the real fight had just begun. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. All 6 of us are there. So I wonder if this is the last chapter in the game. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up, like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. Oh, hi, Kyoko. It's a nice shot of her butt. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. Yeah, again. We got the shot of Hina bending over and her well-endowed décolletage. And now we got a shot of Kyoko's butt. The passage was so dark and cramped I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down.
Hey.
Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. See, I don't really have a fear of heights. I have a fear of falling from those heights. You know, if I'm up high and I look down, you know, my butt clenches up and I get those butterflies in my stomach. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off it. So Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
So,
Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There's someone I'd like you to meet. Someone from the Shirogane family. There's a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then is your family famous?
wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Huh? But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So, well, my foot is pulling on the cord for my camera. Hold on a second here. Let me see if I can fix it. Okay, a little better. But how come? Like, it's like your family tradition, right? So,
Right.
because we take pride in it. Pride? I'm constantly adjusting my mic because I want to make sure I'm heard. And that's one of my biggest fears. Because there have been so many streams where, people could barely hear me, or there's some streams where I'm yelling right into the mic and I'm drowning out the game. And this game is just so hard because the audio is messed up. Pride.
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things. And to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort?
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational. But it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. So that explains. Before I came here, when I was looking for info about the school online, I never saw anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
However,
And yet, I gave up some of that pride. Huh? Well, she came to Hope's Peak. In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kigiri detective would never do. Oh, Kirigiri. I said Kigiri. Kirigiri detective. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, is because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that. I don't know. Why would he abandon... She said it was a family tradition that they were detectives. Why would her father give up being a detective and become headmaster of the school?
what?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But you'd be reuniting after all those years, right? You would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However,
There is something I want to say to him, though. What? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it?
So,
I want to sever all ties with him. Well, you could have done that already. She pretty much did. Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young. So I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented and had a promising future.
however,
But he had no interest in detective work. So he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather and they had a huge argument, and young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression, so I couldn't tell. Couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true.
However,
There is one thing I can never forgive. Really?
so
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
however,
But when the rest of the family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. So she had to fight. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past, in order to remove him from my life forever, I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family, to just cut him out like that.
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey,
Is blood really enough to call someone family? Oh, I know the answer to that. That's absolutely not. There are some people who can't stand their family but would kill for friends. So I can understand. I dare say that's something like the fire service. Yes, the fire service is usually family tradition in some families. I mean, we have one, two, I think we have 4 members of the same family, father and 3 kids right now, in our fire hall. So, but yes, when we take that oath in the fire service, we do it with the understanding there may come a time where we need to put our life on the line and risk ourselves to save one of our brothers and sisters in the fire service. So, is blood really enough to call someone family? Absolutely not. I'm not related to anybody in my fire hall or anybody in the fire service currently. But if things go south and I'm called upon to assist one of them, you're damn right I'm going to go in and I'm going to do my best to save them. Because that's what we do. Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that, I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Looks like this is it.
indeed.
On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. Real or this imaginary? We're back.
That's right.
Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? Oh, I do. Yes. I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should be open without much trouble. Or it should open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. The hatch opened with ease, and so... looks like we're back. And now again, we're talking in the blue as opposed to the green. There's got to be some significance to that.
Whew.
But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. Can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. So now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, and I'm worried about you too, you helped me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So then,
Then let's just get a concrete answer. Huh?
In other words,
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Wait, that's...
however,
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're found out. And it's not like we can run away. As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. She was saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry. What you think is going to happen isn't. Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. The mastermind is ensnared? You said something like that before. What does it mean?
So...
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Makuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. There was.
Right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. Still a little, no, super uneasy about this. We don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. This is how we got out of the garbage pit, and never would imagine that's where this led.
Shall we go?
Let's head to the gym. Monokuma should be there. Yep, let's leave. I'm just going to take a slow walk. And think about what I'm going to say to him. And I'm surprised I got an A on that case, too. I messed up so bad.
Well now.
Kyoko, I don't mind so much.
I don't believe it!
But Makoto's supposed to be dead. What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really going to be okay? You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do? If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So now I gotta punish you again, and this time I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko,
Right.
do whatever you feel you have to. What?
However,
But before you do, let me just say one thing.
now,
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right?
Huh?
I lose?
Hey!
You, explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
because
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
in other words,
I was supposed to be chosen as the Blackened and then executed, right? Hey, what are you talking about?
however,
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting. Because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that. True.
right,
And in response to that unexpected development,
indeed,
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No, more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
however,
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. Is that when Alter Ego saved us? An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter Ego. You never imagined the possibility of a being that could come to our aid even after you'd killed it.
am I wrong?
Now, here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Makuro. You did.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying the blackened is me and not Makoto?
Well,
And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. What is this, a comedy routine? To make such bold claims without a shred of evidence?
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is only ever one absolute truth.
boom, boom.
And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type.
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you so love to inspire.
however,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
What the heck?
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey,
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Huh?
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course, you can say we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. If you want to earn our despair fair and square,
that's what we have to do.
then I suggest you take my advice. So what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Makuro's trial over again. Only this time you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair.
Hope beats despair.
Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial, one last showdown. In other words, this would be our chance to expose the true identity of Makuro's killer, of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word. Interesting.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed. Oh, Christ. The hell, did you turn into Teddy with the bear puns? Barry?
What's wrong?
Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So time for bear jokes. Yep, now we got Teddy with more bear puns. Now, what you suggested might be plausible. It would certainly make for one honey of a climax.
in other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? It would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. My God. Even Teddy didn't do this many bear puns in a row. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim your victory?
I can barely contain myself!
Let's have one final grisly showdown. He agreed. Then we still have a shot at this.
Barrett!
But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end.
You guys!
So for this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. Buried here. All the mysteries? That's right. Every last mystery that's pawing around the school. If you can do that,
I can barely contain myself!
then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you. My God.
it's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along. Okay, well, good. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Makuro's death and solve the mysteries at the school,
You guys!
then you win. But if you can't do all of that, we all face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? We're as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this has all turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that for sure. So what?
hey,
I just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement? You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations. Then Monokuma has to participate in this next trial. And having a trial for Makuro is no exception to that. Huh? Makuro's trial is no exception? Then it's part of the regulations? Which would have to mean that whoever killed Makuro... It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but... Okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but... This killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step into Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. What?
listen.
You telling the truth? Why'd they go quiet all of a sudden?
Now I'm really angry.
I'm done talking. I got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would you? Why so mad? He seems emotionally unstable.
Hey,
Leave me alone. Get out of here. Okay, I'm going. You're really gonna let me go? Huh, I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment. Overflowing with despair.
Hey,
Come on, Makoto, let's go. Okay. Oh, boy. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. And just like that, we were out of the gym. Could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life, and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
however,
Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yep, true.
whew,
But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
so,
They had no choice but to accept. Huh?
because,
It's all because of that one moment that the mastermind let down their guard, like I said.
however, whew. So, because,
So when was it that the mastermind let their guard down?
so,
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? They said they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Okay. Yeah, they definitely said that.
listen.
And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, yeah, how did they have the power to hijack airwaves? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable.
Indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off. And you'd have to have the connections, which is Kuya.
However,
And yet somehow the mastermind was able to do it.
in other words,
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. A reason?
so,
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost. Us killing each other. They wanted to show the world.
it would seem,
The mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all the rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. That makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
in other words,
So the mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world. But why?
Correct.
To prove a point, most likely. Prove a point?
Hey,
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept? You're talking about hope, right?
that's right.
And for those of us who represent hope, to kill each other and sink into despair. The mastermind wants the world to see that, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal, is the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right, it is ridiculous. Completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto.
I know how angry it must make you, and yet the same motivation is what led to the mastermind revealing their weakness. What?
In other words,
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world. The mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the mastermind simply ignored their rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter.
at the very least.
At least that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves?
Indeed.
That is precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished. But in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead, they tried to use the class trial, following all their proper rules, to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, then made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion?
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words,
It would only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they'd violated their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge.
however,
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got that chance, because you believed in me. Another path opened. Still, I can't believe how much of the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. Son of a bitch! What is this, Persona 5 Vanilla? Why couldn't they voice some of this shit? I wonder if the other games have this much dialogue that I have to talk through. I didn't have the slightest clue.
wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet.
Whew.
But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sigh of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Yep. Still a good detective. And she did make... Right. And Erica did make that comment last night, too. Well, I have played a detective in a couple things. Plus, if I'd shown my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic.
However,
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time.
correct.
Or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There's no option except to win.
Hey,
But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone.
however,
Is that really possible? Huh?
anyway,
Anyway, right now we have to go find the others.
Shall we go?
They're probably in their dorm somewhere. Shall we go? Holy crap. Between falling in the pit, climbing the stairs, and all this chatter, that's a lot of talking. Oh. Whew. Is this done yet? Okay. That's technically done. Anything more to say?
Anyway,
Go find the others. All right. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna take more talking awaits, I believe. I would not doubt it, Jago. But first, proof that you can clear Chapter 5. It was once abandoned on Dream Island. It feels strangely familiar. How many mono coins? We got 200 mono coins. What the hell? I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna spin the mono machine. What the hell? I got coins to spend. Let's go down. Alright, 25 coins. Looks like an old-timey radio. Oh, black ring. Oh, skull. Yeah, after I see what I got. Hope's Peak ring. A school ring emblazoned with the Hope's Peak Academy school crest. It stands as proof of friendship between those who spent their youth together. Okay. Old-timey radio. A radio with a retro exterior but state-of-the-art technology inside. Of course, there's no reception in the school, so you can't hear anything anyway. Crystal skull. Skull carved from pure rock crystal. Some think skulls like this were created hundreds of years ago. Perhaps with alien intervention, and consider them uparts. Okay. I think that was it. I don't think I got anything new. Yeah. Yeah, let's leave. Am I actually supposed to go to the dorms to get them? Taka. Mondo. Sayaka Koya. Mrs. Koya's room. Is he inside?
Hey,
I don't think he's here. Come on, we need to keep looking. Junko. She barely got to use her room. Toko.
hey,
I don't think she's here. You need to keep looking. Alright, well that's two. Chihiro. My favorite. Celeste. Hina and Sakura.
hey,
No, she's not here. Leon. Hero.
hey.
I don't think... Okay. If they're not here, let's go look in the, let's go look in the dining room. And suddenly we were greeted with... Well, hello. You again? That doesn't look right. Is he broken? Suppose his emotional stability reached its limit. Jeez, what the heck?
However,
I wonder what that was all about. Couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief. Ah! Well, hey!
Makoto?
Even Toko looks somewhat happy to see me. It's a malfunction. Well, again, if you remember, in his 10 o'clock announcement, he keeps saying the doors to the dining hall will be locked and entry is strictly forbidden or prohibited. I mean, everybody looks excited to see me. Even Kuya, just a little bit. As I look at this, I started following someone on Twitter who actually drew the Persona 5 cast in the style of Danganronpa, and it looks really cute. I love this art style. Is that Makoto?
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
You survived?
Jeez. You're like a
Hold on a
stubborn
sec.
little cockroach, you know that?
Yes. And actually I think they're striving towards I think they're striving towards 1,400 followers. Let me find it really quick. Was that the one? Yes, it is. Their username is Eiji_Nochi. EIJI_NOCHI. They mostly draw Persona fan art, again, according to their Twitter profile. Persona fan art, they love Sai and Makoto Nijima. And they actually have a pinned tweet of what Sai's shadow might look like if she had an all-out attack. But they, 8 hours? 8 hours ago, they posted the Persona 5, but in Danganronpa style. Very cute. So.
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
Hero is so fixed on ghosts. Now, see, out of these four, the most likely mastermind is Kuya. Just because of his power and his connections. The most unlikely, again, it's almost a tie between the other three as far as the most unlikely. So, again, it would not be surprising if Toko was the ultimate despair because, between her split personality. Hina would surprise me the most if she was actually the ultimate despair and the mastermind. Hero would be the classic dumb, well, not dumb, the bumbling idiot, I'll say. The bumbling idiot that turns out to be the evil mastermind. The one who plays the fool the entire time and then ends up being, the brains behind the operation. Everyone was there. All my friends who had struggled together and survived. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up.
What?
Wait, what's that smell? It's the smell of garbage, Kuya.
What the heck?
Yeah, man, this seriously stinks. It's Makoto. He smells like a wet dog. Get away. Shoo, shoo. And in a flash, my tears dried up.
Makoto.
There's no time to indulge in an extended happy reunion. We need to explain to everyone what happened with Monokuma.
Yes.
Explain? Explain what?
Hmm.
But is it okay that you're here? What if the mastermind catches you?
It's true.
That's related to what I have to tell you all. Don't tell me. Did he turn into a ghost?
But
Does it look transparent to you? Ah, that's just a silly superstition. If ghosts were see-through, they couldn't lead normal lives. Okay, that's enough. Talking to you makes me want to just lay down and go to sleep. Oh, you stink. Are you rotten?
I'm telling you.
Rotten physically, mentally, every way you can be rotten. Sorry, I was rolling around in the garbage for a while. This smell is so smelly. Ah, super smelly. You smell even worse than me. Way worse than me. Wow, that sends her into Horty jail? I win. She seems happy for some reason. So what have you guys been doing while I was gone? Well, we figured that since the trial was over, we'd have access to new places again. And? No dice. All the rooms that were locked before were still locked. So there weren't any new areas? Then where can we go to find new clues? Still can't believe you survived. Yeah, me either. Do you realize why it is you escaped execution? It was alter ego. He saved my life.
That's right.
Not too many people can say that they had their lives saved by a computer program. I imagine it was a learning experience for you.
Yo.
Makoto, what was it like hanging out in the spirit world? I didn't go to the spirit world, hero.
You know?
Did you get to talk to her? Who?
Hmm.
Miss Cleo. No, I didn't talk to her. I mean, I didn't go to the spirit world. I mean, who the heck is Miss Cleo? For those of you that may be too young to remember, quite a few years ago, there were commercials for a psychic hotline. And the quote-unquote spokesperson for them was called Miss Cleo. All right, I got to talk to them. Now let's do that interaction.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
It's true.
I need to tell you all about the last class trial.
Huh?
Last class trial?
In other words,
We're going to redo Makuro's trial.
Huh?
What? Seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I didn't do it, like I keep telling you.
wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer, and of course it's not me or any of you. Then who is it?
I see.
What she's saying is it was all the work of the mastermind. What? You're saying the mastermind killed Makuro?
That's right.
That's right. It was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to stop it.
However,
But his decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did you say?
You spotted the trap, did you, Makoto? You make it sound like it was easy. I just,
however,
But executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rules state that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time.
Huh?
And the mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you?
correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of the last trial. When you said, now it's the mastermind that's ensnared. That's what you were referring to.
Don't be mean.
Hey, I'm totally in the dark here. For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again. Later. So knowing all this, what do we do now?
About that.
It's about who killed Mukuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind? But there's more to it than that, correct? Yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school. Every last mystery? But we've been looking around all this time and we still don't know anything, right?
Anyway,
You've probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies.
Oh no!
Everyone?
I hate you.
Hey, who said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us? I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm fine living here forever with Master. Wow, that's creepy. I, meanwhile, want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible.
anyway,
At this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth. In other words, one decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say. But figuring out who the mastermind is and how they killed Mukuro and all the school's mysteries? It's a pretty tall friggin' order. Maybe, but this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries. I'm not so sure about that. Huh? I can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone.
anyway,
You can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries.
indeed.
That's what I thought too, at first. Until Monokuma gave us that little hint of his. Hint? It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's the hint. I'm sure I've told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step into Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. So, one of the 6 of us remaining is the mastermind.
I see.
Monokuma said that, did he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable. Huh? But why?
So, in other words,
If the mastermind really is the one who killed Mukuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have to have set foot in the school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Mukuro, but there's no way he could have disguised the scene like that.
in other words,
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who have been taking part in the killing game. Then the mastermind is... There were 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning. Back to this picture again. Add in Mukuro and you get 16. So the mastermind would have to be one of them?
that's right.
And of those 16 people we started out with, the only ones still alive are the people standing right here. Did I continue, or do you get it now? You're saying the mastermind is one of us?
No way!
You can't be serious. Wait, we can't say for sure that's true yet. Monokuma might have just said all that to confuse us.
Indeed.
It's certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. And that is one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, I mean, they're an ultimate, right? The ultimate despair. So they must be a high schooler. You can't say it's not possible. But if one of us was the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active?
Well,
Maybe they snuck off and controlled him in secret.
but
I don't care how sneaky you are. We would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times.
I'm right?
Then maybe Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand. Correct? In that case, there's no way he could have had all those back and forth conversations with us. Well, it wouldn't be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of the conversation. Well, maybe, but still. 10 o'clock?
This is a school announcement. You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode. So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school. Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit.
Oh, Christ.
Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms.
That's fine.
The time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway.
In the name of my family.
At this point, I can rely only on myself, on the Togami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility.
Goodbye.
Well then. After making his final statement, Kuya left the dining hall. Ah, Master! He didn't take me with him.
Hey.
Do you blame him? Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream without the cream, or coffee. You're totally useless. So bye. With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall. Now see, out of the remaining 6 of us, other than Kyoko, Kuya was the one who was by himself and kept himself separate pretty much the entire time. He didn't come to breakfast with us. He liked to stay by himself in the library. With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall. And now she's gone. And you're going to go off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right. Which just leaves Makoto, Hina, and me.
You know?
In that case, I'm going to go by myself, too.
Just a second.
Wait, how come?
How about that?
Just wait and see. I'm going to use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity. Again, it would not surprise me if he's the mastermind. It wouldn't. Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall. Everyone's really going to go off by themselves? What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same thing.
But,
I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know. But up until now, I haven't really been all that useful. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. And then again, here's another one. Hina, in the background. You know, laying low, flying under the radar. You're not useless. If you hadn't been here, I would have died. Well, Koto. That's really nice of you to say. But still, I know I've mostly been totally useless.
Okay.
So I figure at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us all get out of here. So I'm going to go off and do it all on my own. Okay, see you later. Hina was in surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. And once again, it's just us two.
Indeed.
So you're going to go off on your own too, right, Kyoko?
However,
Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do our searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together.
so
Goes for all of us. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigating doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as us splitting up to cover more ground. And then we can get back together and share what we've found. Yeah, that's right.
so then,
Well, I better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check.
correct.
Monokuma said all the doors in the school had been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school. We can visit all the places we couldn't go before.
Makoto.
No matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary. With that, Kyoko was gone, leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. I have to begin my search. Still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us, so that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. Oh yeah, I'm going to save Jago. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of this school. And then we can all escape together! Guess I'll start by taking a look at Makuro's Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife which went completely through the body. They also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Once we find out who killed Mukuro Ikusaba, then we'll know who the mastermind is. So where should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? Guess you'll just start with the rooms that were locked up until now. Headmaster's room, biolab, and the door in the data center with Monokuma's face on it. Oh, and the second floor of the dorms where the gate was down before. That should be open now, right? After that, I'll have to double check the areas that are connected to the murder, which means the garden and the dojo. Alright. Place to the check has been added to my truth bullets. Headmaster's room, biolab, data center, dorms, garden, and dojo. Okay. So, where should we head first? We're going to go to the biolab first. Hey, look, tarps. Well, here I am in the biolab. So cold. It's like abnormally cold. I feel like I'm in a giant refrigerator. Seriously, why is it so cold? Surprise working how cold, yep. There's a icicles hanging from the monitor. Look, these look like tarps. There's a stack of tarps here. I've been seeing a lot of those things lately. Oh, so cold. Why is it so cold in here? That's the first thing I need to figure out. There's some kind of weird machine or something built into the wall. And on the left side, there's a bunch of glowing blue lights. But on the other side... machine, yep. Something like this before. Oh, that's it. I've seen this kind of thing in horror movies and stuff. It's a fridge for storing dead bodies. Does that mean this biolab is actually a morgue? Should probably take a closer look around. Oh, there's some kind of booklet here. Looks like an instruction manual. We offer an eco-friendly alternative to standard dry ice for all your cadaver needs. In addition to the germicidal lamps, we also provide an ozone generator for the removal of ethylene gas. Simply insert the cadaver and the blue light will let you know the automated systems have activated. Temperature and humidity levels will be adjusted automatically for optimum settings. With our system, anyone can keep a body fresh as a daisy for as long as you need. Does this mean Mukuro was kept in here? They were like killed at the beginning and finally thawed out? In the unlikely event of a problem, the red light will activate and an alarm will sound immediately. The exterior is stainless steel and we do offer an optional leather upholstery upgrade package. Yes, we want our dead bodies to recline in style. This is the instruction manual for the fridge? Yep. Only some of the lights are on. The ones on the left. The right hand lights are off. Well, looking around, I think I get it. Seems clear to me now. It was a makeshift morgue. And about those lights by each slot. It looks like it's set up so that when a slot is occupied, the blue light comes on. Which would mean inside each slot lit up in blue is another one of the victims is... Can't let my emotions take control right now. There's only one thing I can do for everyone who's died. And that's defeat the mastermind. And to do that, I have to continue my investigation. I don't have any other option. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 16 freezers. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 7 of them. Hold on a minute. There's 7 available, but there's only 6 of us still alive. Which means Mukuro's body is not currently in here. It's probably still up in the garden. I'll go check out the headmaster's office. This is the headmaster's room. I've heard an awful lot about it, but this will be my first time seeing it for myself. Ah, Makoto, it's you. Oh, Kuya. Well, there's a sword. That's like the sword we had. Even in the headmaster's room, yep. There are trophies and even a shield in the display case. There are documents scattered all over the floor. Somehow it makes me feel anxious. I'm going to look at that thing on the desk last. Yep, camera. Bookshelf filled with thick books. Talk to Kuya first. Well, you came to the right place at this time. Would you like to see something interesting? No, I'm going to look here first.
Come on.
Hey, Makoto.
Not possible.
You're ignoring me? You think I'll forgive that just because you're you?
Such ignorance.
When we get out of here, remember this moment. So I have to talk to Kuya. What do you mean, something interesting? Take a look at this. It was on top of that pathetically ostentatious desk. Class number 78, student registry. He forced me. Yep, again, that's fine. I figured something would happen when I selected that piece of dialogue. So that's why I didn't. This is where Kyoko grabbed Mukuro's list, her class roster thing. Contains profiles for all of us. And Mukuro.
So, in other words...
Apparently, class number 78 refers to us. Wait, when we found Mukuro's profile in Kyoko's room...
I see.
That's right. It also mentioned class number 78. This must be where Kyoko got that page. And since the rest of our profiles are listed in there, along with hers...
In other words...
There can be no doubt. Mukuro was a student here at Hope Speak Academy just like the rest of us. Mukuro Ikusawa, the 16th student. That must be how Kyoko learned about it. But it seems that Kyoko was in a hurry. Huh? What do you mean? I'm talking about when she stole it. The uneven tearing, the way the paper had been crumpled, she must have been in a hurry. Well, since she snuck in to get it, I'm sure she wanted to get out as fast as possible. What's your point? She was in so much of a hurry that she only got the first page. The first page? Correct. Mukuro's profile actually contains 2 pages. What?
So, in other words...
When it comes to this profile, there was more information about Mukuro that we still didn't have. Yep, okay.
So, in other words...
What kind of information is it? Why do you ask me to explain every little thing? You can read, can't you? Seems to be some sort of detailed report put together by the headmaster himself. I don't know what kind of man he was, but I'm glad he left us such an interesting clue. I was half listening to Kuya as I skimmed through the report. That almost looks like Toko. Mukuro reappears suddenly, and in the background an entity floats, close but just out of reach. The entity known as the Ultimate Despair. Right now I can't be sure if this is a single person or some kind of group. Whatever it is, Mukuro definitely has some sort of connection to it. I have a bad feeling about all this. I need to push forward with my research into the ultimate despair. And I need to pay attention to Mokuro's behavior too. This is just my gut feeling, but I think she's dangerous. Despite the countless battles she must have gone through as a member of Fenrir, when she hit her hopes peak, she didn't display any signs of battle wounds or scars. That fact alone proves her tremendous skill in battle. Naturally, I want to believe in her. She's one of my students after all. But if I decide she's a danger to the other students, I will be forced to take all reasonable measures. Mokuro was a part of the ultimate despair. I don't think there can be any doubt about it now. But wouldn't that mean Mokuro and the Mastermind were allies? So why? Why would they kill Mokuro? Plus, even the headmaster seemed to be afraid of what Mokuro was capable of. They would have had to take her completely by surprise to kill her like that. Or maybe it means the Mastermind is even stronger than Mokuro was.
What?
What's wrong, Makoto? Huh?
That's fine.
You seem to be lost in thought, but I should probably point out one other thing. There's another important bit of information within the file that you should note. What is it? Did you notice the picture in there? A picture of a girl perhaps you've never seen before. A girl who seems to be included as part of our class number 78. It looks like Toko. That should be enough for you to figure out who the girl is. And further information about that girl is included in the file. 5'7", 97 pounds, and even lists her vitals. 31, 22, 30. That's not vitals. She's 5'6". Oh, she's 5'4". 5'7", 97 pounds. Yeah, those aren't vitals, Jago. He's 5'7", but definitely not even close to 97. 5'5", 5'6", 3, 4. Yeah, she was 6 foot, 5'5". 5'7", 95 pounds, 31 inches. 5'7", 97 pounds, 31 inches. Five 5'7", 97 pounds, chest 31 inches. It's a match. And Junko was dead at the very beginning. Well, what do you think? What do I think? Are you asking me like if she has a nice body?
Stop talking.
You hopeless idiot. What I'm trying to tell you is maybe you'll want to keep that in mind for later. Maybe you'll make your way back to the corpse and maybe you'll think, oh, could that mean... Wait, is he trying to say there's a chance the body isn't actually Mokuro? Is that what he's saying? Personally, what I'm thinking seems all but impossible, but it wouldn't hurt to confirm, right?
It's all clear now.
That's all I was trying to say. What you do with that information is your business. So back to being Kuya's errand boy. Wasn't it weird how she Monokuma killed her with a bunch of stab wounds? You know, a bunch of, funny kind of swords. She was killed with swords. Oh, and one last thing. It's a bit of advice from me to you, so I suggest you pay attention. Okay, I'll come back. Look at what we just saw. Yeah. I mean, we saw her profile. Could she actually be Mokuro? And the real Junko is alive somewhere? No. Advice for me? You seem to be getting along with Kyoko quite well. It's not that we're getting along, it's just she's done a lot to help me. Well, don't put too much faith in her. Huh?
In other words,
The cost of that faith might be more than you can afford. What are you saying? Just what I think. Call it a hunch. A hunch. But my hunches tend to be proven right. The advice is free this time. Take it or don't, as you will. I'll keep that in mind, thanks. Data center. Around the corner. Yeah, this way. This way. Wrong way. Wrong way, fool. Back in here. What's up, Pina?
Hey, Makoto.
Oh, Makoto. Are you here to look around too? Is that what you're doing here? Yeah, I can't help but wonder about that Monokuma door.
Yeah,
So I figured, if all the doors in school have been unlocked, I don't want it to be open too, right?
but
Although I couldn't bring myself to open it.
I mean,
Because it might explode, right? And that'd really suck, so you open it. I'm sure she didn't mean it, but she made it sound like she was okay with me getting blown up. Lock the monitor. Yep. This killing game is being broadcast. Big might start to creak again. Better stop. Okay, so I guess I'll open it. Oh wait, let me take cover first. I don't want to get exploded. Hina raced over to a nearby desk and hid underneath it. Okay, go ahead. Everything will be okay, right? Here goes nothing. I threw all my weight into it, but the door opened much easier than I expected. There was no explosion, thankfully. My first impression was, oh, this place is totally sci-fi. Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing. Well, there's a huge Monokuma face on the floor. Look at these controls. They're bear paws. What's this? I'll look this here. What is this device? It looks like some kind of control panel. It's really over the top, though, like some kind of military installation or something. Yeah, it kind of looks like a mech cockpit, right? Hifumi'd probably freak out if he saw it. Cockpit? So the Monokuma room has a control panel that looks like some kind of cockpit. Then could that mean...
okay.
Alright, let's start poking at it or whatever. I'm going to start pushing buttons. No, Hina, don't! Hold on, you can't just or whatever something like this. But it was too late. Hina was already jabbing away at the control panel. Huh? Did you hear that? Yeah, I think it came from the other room. Hina, what did you push? Not totally sure, but I think it was the one. I think it was that one, the button that says Data Center. Data Center. I took a good look at the control panel, and I saw a bunch of buttons, each with the name of a room next to it. And just like Hina said, there was one labeled Data Center. That must be the one she pushed. But the Data Center, that's right next door. The room we were just in. That's where the strange noise came from. I'd probably better go check it out.
Yeah.
Yes, please. I'm kind of scared out of my mind right now, so I'll just cheer you on from over here. Some kind of hatch on the floor. Data center.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'll cheer you on super loud from way over here. It's supposed to make me feel better? How much you want to bet there's going to be a Monokuma that appeared in that room? Where you at, Monokuma? Did I just hear what I think I heard? Yep. Is that Monokuma? Hey. Oh, give me all your don't. That's something Hina would say. Give me all your donuts. Is that you, Hina? What? Oh, man. Busted. How did you know?
Say what?
Anyway, what is this? Some kind of remote control camera kind of setup? You don't even know what you're controlling?
Hello.
Well, I mean, I can't really see anything from in here.
Found it.
Oh, guess what I found? A self-destruct button. No! Whatever you do, don't push it.
Too bad.
Oh, man. Were you seriously going to push it? Anyway, I guess that settles it. The room with the Monokuma drawing on it, and the control panel inside. Yes. This is where the Monokuma doll was being controlled. Whoa, hey Makoto, what the heck was that just now? Monokuma? Huh? What do you mean? What you were controlling just now, it was Monokuma.
Huh?
Monokuma? What, for real? Yep, looks like that panel definitely controls Monokuma. Which means the mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. Yeah, they were definitely in here. The mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. But now, see, that eliminates everybody The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Mokuro isn't dead. Mokuro is the true mastermind. Mokuro pulled Junko's body out of cold storage and blew it up. Son of a bitch. I figured it out. God damn, I figured it out. The body was covered in other wounds. Those are the wounds inflicted on her when she was killed. That's Junko's body that blew up. The mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. And this control room is totally separate from the data center area with all the monitors. In other words,
Hey,
maybe the mastermind can't monitor us and control Monokuma at the same time. She blew Junko's body up to get Kyoko killed because Kyoko was getting too close. Maybe the mastermind can't monitor us and control Monokuma at the same time. Kyoko's theory was right. But if the mastermind's been controlling Monokuma from here, that means they've been inside the school this whole time, right? I guess that would have to be true. But if that is true, it's a very poor. Yeah, well, I'm sure I told this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants. Yep. The only people to take a single step into Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. Then the mastermind, Monokuma's puppeteer, really is the 16th student. No, it can't be. There's no way, right? Monokuma control room. What's wrong, Makoto? I don't like that face you're making. Oh, no, it's nothing. Okay. What about you? Is everything okay? Oh, well, it's just... This is where the mastermind's been hiding, right? Who knows if they set up traps or something. Can't say it isn't possible, but I really hope it's not true. So, like,
So,
you want to leave soon? There's still lots of other places to check out. Yeah, good point. Can't waste all our time standing around here. Okay, you want to get going? Yeah. Click. As soon as the door to the data center was closed, I heard a strange sound. What was that? The door just locked on its own. What? My hand shot out to grab the doorknob. You're right, it's locked, but why? Of course it's locked, because the data center is now restricted. Monokuma?
just a second.
Hey, no fair. You can't just go around restricting whatever you feel like.
Hey,
It's for your benefit. Because if that room stays open, I won't be able to move around. Imagine how depressed everyone would get if the school mascot just up and stopped moving. Then that room,
Yep.
as you may have guessed, that's where my controls are. So right now you're being operated by someone in that room.
Yes, indeed.
Correctamundo.
You're a liar.
But that doesn't make any sense. We were just in there and we didn't see anyone. Oh, you didn't, did you? Are you sure you were as thorough as you could have been? Did you happen to check a certain suspicious hatch? No way. The hatch on the floor? Too bad. That was your one big chance and you blew it.
Too bad.
Of course, that hatch can't be opened from the outside anyway, so whatever. Now then, this room is officially restricted, so no more investigating. I'll be relying on you guys to tell the others. He's gone, but
So,
was he telling the truth? The mastermind was hiding in there? In fact, if you think back to when we got locked out of the control room, that proves it for sure.
Huh?
And when I said we should leave, well, that hatch couldn't open from the outside anyway, right? So it's not your fault.
Sorry.
Okay. Let it get to us. Stay positive. Make the most of our time. You're right. There's one thing I'm good at is keeping my body moving.
Okay.
Run around, tell everyone what we found here. Nice. You got all motivated
You
again.
got it.
So way forward. All right. Now, the question. It's 1836. We would have to redo. We would have to do a half hour's worth of work if we went back. Because I didn't save. Do we go back? Or do we continue on? That's the question. I mean, I could always fly through everything and just get the important stuff. But what do you think? Should we go back? Should we reload, save scum? Or should we continue on? Is there a time limit? Again, I don't think so. But again, we could always, we'd go back here to when we first got the information, start in the bio lab, do our little searches, get whatever information we need, go to the headmaster's office. I mean, I could fly through the dialogue. You know what? I'm going to save here. And I'm going to load up here. Okay. 5th floor. Biolab. I'm just going to fly through the dialogue. Because I know what we're looking for here. Yep, biolab, cold. Yep, abnormally cold. We got the tarps. That's why there was a tarp. This is where the tarp came from, and that's why the tarp was over the body. Because it was already dead. There's the booklet. Some of the lights are on, some are off. Yep, makeshift morgue. Yep. So Mokuro grabbed Junko's body out of here in the tarp. And put her in the put her in there, then blew her up. Yep. Hi, Koya. So we're going to fast forward through you. Nope, that's right. Yep, class roster.
So in
Yep, Mokuro, Ikutsaba.
other
16th student. Yep, she's got a second page. So I figured it out. Mokuro is the ultimate despair still. She wasn't wrong. But she's the one controlling Monokuma.
what? That's fun. Stop talking. It's all clear now.
That's right, the nails.
In other words,
The fake nails. Junko usually had fake nails. And the game made a point. This way. The game made a point of just showing me Junko's death. Yeah, what's up, Hina?
Hey, Makoto. Yeah. But okay.
Yeah, take cover. Thanks, Hina. Oops. I don't want to do it that quick.
Okay.
No, this isn't the last area. We still have the dorms on the second floor that are new, and then we have to go back to the garden and the shit was the other one. Garden and the dojo. So we've been to the headmaster's office, the bio lab, and now we're in the data center. We got to go to the second floor dorms, and then back to the garden and dojo.
Yeah.
Turn to the data center. Yep, Monokuma. Hey. Give me all your donuts.
What?
I was right, though. That's Hina.
What? Hell, found it. Too bad.
Alright, let's go back in here. Oh, hey, Makoto. What the heck was that? Yep, Monokuma.
Huh?
Yep. For real? Yep. Maximize and controlling Monokuma. Controlling Monokuma for this room. It's totally separate. In other words, yep,
Hey.
what Kyoko said was right. They can't monitor and control.
But cause I'm so
Want to leave here soon? What's wrong, Makoto? Tree? Let me get out of here. What's wrong, Makoto? Tree? I screwed up. I hit this first. Damn it. I am so pissed. That was my own fault. My own fault. My own stupid fault. Getting trigger happy. Wish there was a way to... Isn't there a way to... No. Instruction manual. Makeshift morgue, yep. And that's why there's 7 spots available. Because Junko's body was taken out. No, it is my fault, Jago. I went too fast. So before I go into the data center, I'm going to save so I don't have to do this shit again. I'm going faster this time because that's what I wanted to.
So,
If you're sensitive to flashing lights
in other
and epileptic seizures, please be cautious because I'm going to be flying through these screens. Nope.
So in what? Stop.
Yeah, that's Junko's body.
It's
So the question now is, was Junko also a part of
in
Fenrir? I don't think so. I think that was put on there to throw us off the trail. Okay, data lab. What's up, Hina?
Hey, yeah, but
All right, first thing I'm going to check is the plate. Yep. There's some kind of hatch on the floor, but right now I'm more concerned about that weird device. Okay.
what the heck?
I mean, every part of the school leaves a bad taste in my mouth, but
Just a second.
this place is like #1 gross. It's in a whole different league of creepy. Okay. It depends on the tattoo was either put during death or when she was... Exactly. That's the question. All right. I've interacted with the hatch twice. All right. Now back to this.
Oh. Yeah.
Her strange darts to where this came from. Some kind of hatch on the floor. I need to go check out the data center.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'll chew you on super loud from over here. Yeah, so okay. Yep, give me all your donuts. Busted. Yep, showing all the scenes. All right. So apparently it's nothing. I mean, I've checked it twice. I'll check it again and be told not to. Yep, you were controlling Monokuma.
Hey,
She was right. They can't monitor and control.
But cause so,
So let's get out of here. All right. Fucking Hina, you know. It's kind of funny. It took us right to the hallway. So, yep, this is where we were. The door just locked on its own. Yep, it's locked. Monokuma. Of course it's locked as, yep.
just a second.
Hey,
It's your benefit, yep. Depressed, yep. Then that room. It's where my controls are. It's right now being operated by someone in that room, yep.
yes indeed.
You're a liar.
Doesn't make any sense. You were just in there. Did you happen to check a certain suspicious hatch? I did, but fucking Hina was yelling at me. No way. The hatch on the floor? Yes. Too bad. That was your one big chance and you blew it.
Too bad.
Of course, that hatch can't be opened from the outside anyway, so whatever. Now then, this room is officially restricted, so no more investigating. Really, yep, peace. Okay. He's gone, but he's telling the truth. The mastermind was hiding in there. In fact, if you think back to when we got locked out of the control room, that proves it for sure. Then when I said we should leave, well, that hatch couldn't be opened from the outside anyway, right? Yep.
Sorry.
Not your fault. Okay. Stay positive. You're right. Keep my body moving. Run around and tell everyone what we found here. I'll motivate again. Okay. Took off a full sprint. And all let's do is, yep. Okay. Now. Only took 20 minutes to get back to where we were before. Alright, now we have to check out the second floor of the dorms. And I'm going to save again. Okay. Let's go find Kyoko upstairs. Some nice stairs. The gate's open. We can finally check out the second floor of the dorms, which means I have to do it. Holy crap! This is second floor of the dorms. Everything's fucking broken and shit. Looks like some ancient ruins. Or no, it's more like a battlefield, like a bomb blew up here or something. There's only... I'm thinking that's the headmaster's office there. Restrooms. There's some rooms up there that I can't get to. Blood on the floor. Some actual red blood. Yeah, looks like a bomb hit this place. Can I go into the ladies' room? Okay, apparently I can't, coward. It's in the men's room. Nothing. Okay. The hell? Well, I gotta come back. So I'll check down here. Because I can't go, obviously, there was blocked off by rubble. Yep, same. Alright, what's in this room? It's like an office. This room doesn't really feel like a student's room. It has more adult atmosphere. It's the headmaster's private room. Kyoko!
Indeed.
I've been through this room several times already, but I still have one little regret. So I decided to check it out one more time. Huh? A regret? Everything's over here. Huh? There's a strange gap in the wall. Is this some kind of design mistake or a construction defect or something? No!
So...
There's a gap here, but not just any normal gap. I can feel a breeze coming out. A breeze?
Indeed.
There's likely an open space on the other side of this wall. Open space, does that mean? You mean like a hidden room? I think I might know how to open it. But that's where I ended up getting stuck, which is the regret I mentioned. Good. I'm not going to open that just yet. I'm going to see what the hell's going on here. No!
However...
No, shut up, Kyoko. A leather chair. Can't imagine a student using something like this. It must be the headmaster's. Yeah, the desk is a home computer. Must have belonged to the headmaster. Well, I found a mono coin. There's a PC on the desk that would belong to headmaster.
It would seem...
Whoever used this last, it looks like they were very interested in the ultimate despair. The PC still has some search results left on it. Then we might be able to get some info on the ultimate despair.
However...
There's not much, though. Nothing we don't already know.
In other words...
The ultimate despair isn't one individual, but instead points to some kind of group. Yeah, Fenrir. That group is responsible for the tragedy which happened 1 year ago. They're the worst sorts of people whose driving force comes from despair.
However...
And that's all there is. Not much to it, is there? But I guess that's the best he could do as a complete Kirigiri failure. But any information about the mastermind is helpful, right? I appreciate whatever info we can get our hands on.
Correct.
See, it's a good outlook to have. Ultimate despair. Okay. Yep. I think I checked those three right now. I'll check this out now. You know how to open it? Did you figure out some kind of trick or something?
Indeed.
A very easy trick, yes. So easy I'm not sure you can even call it a trick. I saw a program on that PC that I think controls it. Enter the right password and the door should open right up.
However...
But I don't have a clue what that password might be. All we know is it's probably made up of letters and or numbers. We can't really go from there. You're right. That's not nearly enough to go on.
It's true.
I looked through all his paperwork, all the files on the PC, everything I could think of. I learned more about him than I had any desire to, but nothing that might have been his password. When I think of how much time I wasted on this. Jeez. So there's a hidden room she couldn't get into. That's what she meant by regret. I think we can assume that there must be some kind of clue waiting in there. But maybe for her, there's more to it than that. Anyway, if we want to get in there, we need to figure out the password. And if Kyoko can't figure it out, no way do I stand a chance. No, wait, there might be a chance. The password could be something Kyoko wouldn't have thought of, or something she didn't want to think of. For example, what about your name?
What?
Huh? Oh, sorry, I was just trying to think of what the password might be. I'm sure she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. After the way she talked about her dad, the idea that he would use her name as his password. Knowing how she is, I bet the idea never even occurred to her. Do you mind if I try it, just to be sure?
Well,
It's not like you need my permission. If you want to try it, try it. Do whatever you want. Okay.
anyway.
Yeah, okay. Get the hell out of the way, then. You know, I'm glad I thought of trying Kyoko's name. But if that's not it, that might just hurt Kyoko even more.
Hey,
If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong. Okay, in that case, here goes nothing. I collected myself, then turned to face the computer monitor. Let me just type the password here. I typed in her full name. Kyoko Kirigiri. My hands were tense, slightly trembling, and as I finished typing it in, what? That did it! Kyoko, it worked!
why?
Kyoko? Without looking at me, she disappeared into the hidden room. She looked grim. Kyoko! Let's go! What we got in here? Son of a bitch! There's her dad and Kyoko. Hey, Kyoko. I may as well not even have been in the room. Her gaze was fixed on only one thing. I don't know, there's two things in here. First of all, what the fuck is the gift? Second of all, there's the picture. A present? Wrapped and covered with such joy. That's what made it so unusual. I'd better check out this without doing anything. You wanna know what? I'm gonna frickin' save. Nope. I thought I was over the baggage. There's a brightly colored box here. It seems totally out of place in here. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? I'm getting kind of a bad vibe from it. But I mean, we can't not open it. Okay.
Makoto.
Be careful, Makoto. Why? You think it's dangerous? No, not dangerous. But surprising, probably. Huh?
It would seem...
If it is what I think it is, at the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see. Oh boy. Wait, so you know what's in there?
Anyway...
Just don't scream or anything, okay? Oh Christ, is it his head? Are you saying it's something that'll make me want to scream? Okay, I'm just gonna open it. Step by heavy step, I approached the box. I took a deep breath, then took hold of the lid. What's in the box? Slowly, ever so slowly, I lifted it up. Light began to sneak its way into the box. I stole a hesitant glance inside and... Is it a Monokuma doll? Kyoko's advice was no use. I let out a terrible, trembling cry. What was in the box? It was bones. Human bones. It was the last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. I mean, who could have possibly imagined?
I see.
Just as I thought. It's her father. What? What was in the box? It was wrapped up all nice, so I never would have guessed what was inside. Human bones. Kyoko said, just as I thought. I have to find out what she... I want to look at the picture. You son of a bitch. Just as you thought. How could you have known that? I mean, there were bones in there. Human bones. Well, it's not that I was thinking of the bones specifically. I just had a feeling it would be his body. That's pretty much the same thing. A dead guy in a box. My father. Huh? What about him?
Correct.
What you found in the box. Those bones. That body. That's my father. Or at least what's left of him. Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad? The same man she's been searching for? Hold on. How can you know that for sure? How do you know it's him?
So...
Given all the information we have already, that's the only possible answer. Gotta follow the script. No! Fuck these forced interactions. I want to see shit. That's the only possible answer. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned this all out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. Seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in the school right now. It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already. Yeah. No people take a single step on those 16 students. Alter Ego said that the headmaster was probably here in the school, but the only ones who were alive at the start of the killing game were us 16 students. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume
In other words...
that most likely my father was in the school, but he was also dead. That's my assumption, anyway. As Kyoko explained her analysis, she was completely calm. Or no, she wasn't calm. She was only trying to seem calm. She said it was just as she thought, so she knew it was a possibility. But I have to believe that at some point she wanted to be proven wrong. Which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father so she could cut off all ties. But that was all there was. But was that all there was to it? I gave up some of that pride. Once again, we get Kyoko's butt shot. In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. Would she really give up her pride just for that? I couldn't help but wonder. This is a truth bullet? Alright, can I look around finally? The headmaster's desk. It's probably hiding some kind of clue, so I really want to check it out, but I really don't want to touch Kyoko's dad's desk without her permission.
Hey.
Don't worry about me. Feel free to look around as much as you like.
Because...
Sure. Never let anything get in the way of the investigation. I don't. Okay then, if you don't mind. Starting from the top, I opened all the desk drawers and looked inside. I rummaged through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents. But in the last drawer, the biggest one, is this? It's an e-handbook. Right? And it has a label on it that says in case of emergency. I'd found some kind of emergency handbook in the headmaster's desk.
In other words...
A handbook with no limitations, given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. I'm assuming that's what that is. I think you're probably right.
It would seem...
It might prove useful as we continue our investigation. Why don't you hold on to it? Huh? But Kyoko? I don't need it. If you don't want it, go ahead and leave it here. I guess I'll take it then. Is it really okay? Headmaster's handbook. Alright, we looked at the dead body. Yep, human bones. I want to see this picture. This picture. Little Kyoko. It's all faded. Must be pretty old. Look how happy she is there. Wait, is this a picture of... Hey, Kyoko. Oh. She's actually shaking.
Why would you...
Well, this is annoying. I came here to cut myself free from the past, and yet... to now find something like this. So what do you expect me to do now? Then I was right. It's a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Small Kyoko. Knowing the headmaster had this picture all this time, he must have really cared about her.
Why?
Why? What? I wanted to face him and tell him myself, to cut him out of my life for abandoning me. That's the whole reason I came here. And now he's abandoned me again. And this time he even stole the only opportunity I had to move on. Has there ever been a worse father? Kyoko.
Hey.
Listen, Makoto. Huh? Can I ask you a favor? A favor? Now? No, I'm not done looking. This filing cabinet seems like the kind of place you'd find a clue. I should take a closer look.
Hey.
It's fine. Check whatever you... Thank you. I'm checking. Went through each drawer one by one, starting from the top. All I found were piles and piles of unrelated documents. He was pretty dedicated to his job, huh?
Well?
It's just because he didn't have anything else. He could have inherited our family business, our legacy. Instead, he left it all behind.
Now.
If he couldn't even handle a job like this, he would have been that much more of a failure. I'm sure he couldn't stand the thought of that, and it made him desperate. Okay. Alright, Kyoko, what's this favor you want?
Hey.
Favor, what is it?
So...
I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this, and I know it'll only inconvenience you that much more, but...
Hey.
Could you leave? Huh?
Correct.
Just for a little while. I'd just like to be alone for a bit. Don't worry, I'm fine. I just need to calm down a little.
Just a
I
second.
need to get my emotions in order. You know, Kyoko, you've told me before about the relationship you had with your dad. How you're only connected by blood, not by heart and soul. But maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to see me again someday. Is that what you're going to say? If so, it's just a theory. And this isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. That picture doesn't change the facts of what happened, what I went through. That problem can't be solved so easily. You're right. I'm sorry.
Anyway...
Once I've got myself under control, I'll return to the investigation immediately. So please, just give me some time to myself. Okay, I understand. I'll see you later. Is she really okay? Kyoko must have been a complete shock to her. I mean, it was a shock to me. To find out what happened to the headmaster. There's no doubt the mastermind performed that evil deed. They killed the headmaster, killed Kyoko's father. They killed him. The headmaster is dead. The one leading the Hope's Peak staff, the one who finalized the plan to isolate you, was the Hope's Peak headmaster. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned this all out. Man, is like there, yep, in the school. I know all that. I'm tired of repeating. But we were wrong about that. The headmaster wasn't the mastermind, which means the mastermind's true identity is... Yeah. How many times are you going to tell me the same goddamn line? $15 of us met in the hall, and Makuro to the mix. Add Makuro to the mix, and you get 16. She's the one behind it all. Including me, only 6 of us are still alive. Everyone else is dead. Even Makuro. Wrong. Even she's undeniably dead. Wrong. That's Junko. So the ones still left alive are... me. Kuya. Hiro. Toko. Hina. And Kyoko. Only those 6 people are still alive. That's wrong. There's 7 of us. Then there's no question. Wait, no, that can't be. I refuse to believe it. There has to be some other way. There just has to be. And, yeah, we know the truth. The truth shall set you free. when Erica Harlacher was doing her signings, she had prints of Kyoko, obviously. And she had prints of what, Kyoko and Kaede, I think is the name. The print she had of Kyoko was her in her outfit holding a skull. And now it makes sense what that skull is she's holding. It's the skull of her father. Can we go back in? Give her some time. Okay. Let's go check out that other room. Let's go check out that other room. Actually, we didn't check out this room yet. She is fabulous, yeah. Oh, it's a locker room. This room is filled with lockers. Must have been for the Hope Speak students who came before us. The class before ours must have used these lockers. Some have metal plates on them. Okay. Let's go. Metal plate mounted locker. No way. Found a mono coin. And we get this locker open. I'm going to bother trying. Here's the one that's closed. If I can open this locker. Nope, locked. There's a card reader installed in the door. Must be how you get the locker open. After all, it's pretty similar to the card readers for the locker rooms on the second floor. Yep. And if you use your e-handbook to open these up. Hey! Let's give it a try. Took out my handbook, ran it across. No luck. Maybe only the locker's owner can open it, which means none of us can do it. But I have... Oh, I'm glad I went to the room first then. I have that emergency handbook found in the headmaster's hidden room. Let's give it a try. Took out the emergency handbook and ran it across the card reader. Just what I was hoping for. Now let's see what we've got inside. Locker is totally disorganized. Whoever it belongs to probably has organization problems in every part of their life. Okay. This is Hero's locker. There's a crystal ball. This is Hero's locker. This is a crystal ball. Can't be. There's no way he ever used this locker. It's just not possible. Yes. Yes, it is. Is this a deck of playing cards? No, they're tarot cards. But wait, aren't those used for telling fortunes? It's just a coincidence, right? No. There's all kinds of textbook and notebooks stacked up in no particular order. And dust everywhere. I have to assume whoever's stuff this is didn't do a lot of studying. Not that I can really talk. Trying to act as casual as natural as possible, I picked up one of the notebooks I saw. But the moment I looked inside the notebook, any sense of easiness I may have had evaporated. Yasuhiro Hagakure. There was no denying what I saw. Inside the notebook was written Yasuhiro Hagakure. Is this our Yasuhiro? The notebook also contained a large number of notes for a variety of different classes. Which would mean he attended classes here. No, that can't be possible. I mean, Hiro came to the school at the same time as the rest of us. And we were all sucked into this evil world. We never had a chance to take any classes. No, we know that's not true. Because we saw those pictures. So what is this notebook? Locker notebook has been added. So I looked in that locker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can't imagine getting this locker open. Not going to try. Metal plate mounted to the locker. No way to get it open. Okay. There's this one here. That could open, but I got a mono coin. Okay. Let's see whose locker this is. Took the emergency handbook and ran it across the card reader. Locker opened. Let's see what we got inside. I don't see anything that might be a clue. What are you talking about? What you talking about, Willis? Okay, what do we got in the back? Jesus. Alright, let's see whose locker this is. Yep, card reader. Got inside. Anything like... Fudge. Alright, there's a plate here. We got these here. We got these 3 lockers, right? Handbook, yep. Nothing could be a clue. Alright, this one. Yep, yep. Thing's practically empty. Except for this. It's just one thing, some kind of pocketbook. I don't see a name written on it, so I can't say for sure whose it is, but there's some writing inside. It could be important. I don't like violating the owner's privacy, but I'd better take a look. Looks like a girl's handwriting. And all the letters are spaced out evenly, like whoever wrote them was measuring them. Whoever wrote this must have been really meticulous. Huh? I was flipping through the pocketbook, but my hand froze when I got to a certain page. I saw something familiar written there, words I'd heard before. I love this art style. There's a plan to turn Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolate the students here in a communal life. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. It just so happens to be the headmaster and my father. It's Kyoko's. He was willing to give me some more details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. The point is to keep our student prodigies safe, to keep them as our hope for the future. Only their genius can overcome disaster, and only their hope can overcome despair. For the future of our country, our world, it's not an exaggeration to call this our final hope. We must isolate our superior youth from the corrupted world to serve as the foundation for a new era. This is the only hope we have. I hope that you'll be willing to go along with this plan. So that's what my father had to say to me. As usual, he made a selfish decision without consulting anyone else. I can't imagine a worse father. It's Kyoko's. This can't be true, can it? But I knew it was. And I knew exactly who the pocketbook belonged to. Kyoko. Couldn't be anyone else. But if this belongs to Kyoko, what was it doing in this locker? And what she wrote here completely contradicts what she already told me. She said she hasn't seen her dad since he left when she was little. I decided to talk to the one who... Yeah, I know, you said that already. It's like Persona 5. I don't need the same thing said 70 different times. What does it all mean, Basil? Quickly scanned the remaining pages of the notebook. I must have been looking for something that would prove me wrong about this whole thing. But when I reached the last page, the question mark spinning through my mind just started spinning that much faster. When I looked at it, unlike the rest of the pocketbook, the writing here was messy, disorganized, and scrawled. Despair walks among us. What is this? What does it mean? I have no idea. How could this possibly make any sense? Locker pocketbook is added to the truth bullet section. Despair walks among us, and so we survive. There's a second despair. But the more I see, the less sense it makes. Because these lockers, I mean, they had to belong to the previous students, right? So why am I seeing this? Why are there things in the lockers that look like they belong to people here? A notebook that seems like it belongs to Hiro, and a pocketbook that seems like it belongs to Kyoko? There has to be some kind of explanation, but if I want to find that out, I have to keep moving the investigation forward. And I have to believe in everyone. Oh, that's that one now. Handbook out. Nothing can be a clue. I think I looked in this one. Alright, I think we're done in here. Alright, we got that one room over here that we can get into. Wow. The bed is completely torn apart. I mean, it's not even really a bed anymore. It's just garbage. Oh, I found a Monokuma coin. I opened the door just a crack, glanced inside, and immediately closed it again. There wasn't even a hint of a bathroom, just a big pile of rubble. Okay. Alright. Let's go back and find Kyoko. See what she's got to say. But first... First, let me save. Apparently I gotta give her more time. Maybe I'll see her when we try to leave. Love which moment, Jago? Okay. Gotta go to the garden and the dojo. There's no body there. Huh? It's gone. Mokuro's body. It's not here. Oh, sorry. Case closed. This is how your justice says. Oh, sorry. I missed that. I missed that part. There's no body here. Let's take a look in the tool shed. Better check it to be sure. Yep. I didn't find anything close to a dead body, but if it's not in here either, then it must be. Could it be in the biolab? But corpses aren't the only thing I need to check in here. There's one other thing. The tarp. Tarp played a key role in another case, so I better look into it. Killer used the tarp to keep the sprinklers from getting the body wet, which means the killer might have left some clue behind on here. Huh? I didn't notice this before, but there's a small stamp on one corner of the tarp. It says biolab. Then this originally came from the biolab. Yep. Yep. Tarp's been added back again. That's all I really need to check here. You think so? Monokuma. Still 4 chickens. Alright. Yeah, and now into the dojo. What's up, Toko? Oh, Toko. So this is where you were.
What do you want?
Am I so disgusting you want me out of your sight? No, that's not it at all. I just thought maybe you'd found a clue. Well, I haven't. I didn't find anything. Not one single clue. I figured since this place was related to the case, it would have to have something, right? But there wasn't anything out of the ordinary here. Give it back. Give me back my precious time. Calm down, Toko.
What's your problem?
Don't tell me to calm down. Do you have any idea what I'm going through right now? When everyone finds out, they're going to call me useless. Good for nothing. Nobody's going to say that. Master will. Oh, I'm not sure I can disagree with that. I don't want that. I'm sick of always being looked down on. Why won't anyone accept me? Well, I don't think there are any clues here, so maybe I'm going to get going. Bunch of one lamp. I like that drill. Two armor, yep. There it is. See, but I still don't. Before I advance this and Monokuma throws us into the trial, I'm trying to think. Oh no! Yes, wait. We're ready to start the trial. We have all the information we need. Mokuro took Junko's body out of the biolab, threw it in there. Threw it in there, covered it with the tarp. That's why those four were able to disassemble Monokuma with nothing going on. I'm sure they'll come out at the trial. I didn't even find Hero. But I'm sure stuff like that will come out at the trial, or if not, then after. But that's why those four were able to disassemble the Monokuma machine in the gym for so long and nothing happened. Because Mokuro was setting up this elaborate plot this whole time. And they can't control Monokuma and monitor the crew. They can't control Monokuma while they're setting up the body. So that's what they were doing that whole time. They took Junko out of the deep freeze, set it up. All those old wounds were from when Monokuma killed her before. The knife was made to look like a decoy on how she really died, because we know how they really died. I'm thinking the arrows was also a decoy. So I know what happened. Mokuro killed her. What I still don't understand is what the tragedy was. The only thing I can think of is, again, all these people were already dead. That's why Makoto had to stay there. His goal wasn't to leave, it was to stay there. Because he's already dead. All of us are already dead. And this is some simulation or game or something. We're the people, we're the students that died in the tragedy. That's why there's pictures of the other the other people that were with us. Oh, absolutely. They're destined to haunt, or I don't know what haunt is the right word, but it's like the movie Beetlejuice. They're destined to reside in Hope's Peak for all eternity. That's why there's bars. That's why there's that big door in the front. That's why all the windows are bolted shut. You can't escape death. So that's what the tragedy is. We're all dead. And this is like some simulation or some afterlife game or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. So.
This is a school announcement. Is everyone working hard? Is your investigation coming along nicely? Well then, since you're all giving it your best, your generous headmaster will give you a little hint.
Oh.
For those of you who are interested, please make your way to the gym ASA possible.
Okay, so it's not quite this class. What? Now he wants to give us a hint? It's suspicious. There's no doubt about that. This could be a trap. It's a trap! But even knowing that, he said to go to the gym, right? Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Oh, there's Hero. Oh, hey, Hero. Oh, Makoto. Why'd you act so surprised? Oh, no reason. You heard Monokuma's announcement, right? Are you here to find out what he has to say? I just did, actually. I'm on my way out. You already talked to him? What'd he say? Listen, sorry, but I gotta go. Hero, wait. There was no point in trying to stop him. He ran off like a frightened animal. Hero. It's like he was trying to avoid me. I was hoping to talk to him about the notebook I found in the locker. He has to be hiding something this whole time. Has he been hiding something this whole time? Apparently, it won't let me go anywhere. It's just me so far. What's up, Monokuma?
I am Monokuma!
Hello, welcome, hello. Are you ready for your final hint? Well, it just so happens to be in the envelope on the ground in front of you. The envelope? Ready for the final? Yeah, okay. This must be the envelope. Just so you know, I won't be answering any questions about what you find inside. What? Don't worry, just get on with it. Monokuma's cryptic words didn't make me feel any better, but I picked up the envelope and opened it. What I found was a single photograph. It featured a bunch of faces I recognized extremely. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's 15 of us here. Celeste, Mondo, Leon, Mukuro, Hiro, Sayaka, Sakura, Hifumi, Taka, Junko, Chihiro, Kyoko, Toko, Kuya, and Hina. Everybody but Makoto. And I like how Taka is blocking out Junko's face. But guess what else I notice? Look at Junko. Look at the tie she's wearing. No, I'm not looking at Mukuro. I'm looking at Junko. Look at the tie she's wearing. It's black and white. Look at Celeste, Mukuro, Sayaka, Chihiro, Kyoko, Toko, and Hina. Look at all the ties that they're wearing. They're wearing like little string ties tied into like a bow tie. But yes, Junko has the red bow tie on her chest, but she also has a black and white necktie. She also has a red and white hair tie. Hifumi's holding his camera. Junko and Mokuro were both part of Fenrir. That's why Junko had the tattoo. We never really did get a good look at Junko's hands. And Junko was the first to die. Well, I don't know if you want to technically call it the first. I think Sayaka was the first. But Junko died in the gym. Junko's face is the only one you can't see because of Taka's arm. Very, very interesting. Wow. But it featured a bunch of faces I recognized extremely well. It was everyone who'd come to Hope's Peak at the same time as me. But Makoto's not there. Wait, but there's someone behind Sayaka. Yep, that's her. She's the only one I don't recognize. Wait, that's not true. I do recognize her. That's right. When Kuya and I were in the headmaster's room and we looked at that file. Mokuro Ikusaba. Then this girl is... What? Why? Why is Mokuro here with everyone else? And even more than that, just having everyone here posed like this is weird enough by itself. And we're all wearing matching uniforms. I don't remember anything like this. Technically, they're not wearing matching uniforms. I mean, Sakura, I don't think Sakura could fit in a uniform. But Celeste is in her, goth gear. Leon's in his little thing. Hiro's in his gear. Junko's in hers. And now that I'm looking at it, it's not even everyone. I'm not in the picture. I'm the only one not there. The picture has all 15 other students, but not me. But I guess that makes sense. After all, I don't remember ever taking a picture like this. I went to junior high with Sayaka, but the first time I met everyone else was when I arrived here at Hope's Peak Academy. So it's natural for me not to be in this picture, but what's definitely unnatural is that everyone else is in the picture. So this may tweak my this may tweak things a little bit. All 15 of these students are already dead. And Makoto is somehow transported here and has to find out what happened, why they died. I thought everyone was like me and didn't know each other till they got here. But if this picture is real, then could that mean, could it be everyone else and just me? Everyone here except me is... How long are you going to keep up this rambling soliloquy of yours, Hamlet?
What are you gonna do?
You're kind of getting in the way standing there, So, I mean, get out. But
How strange.
I told you I'm not fielding any questions.
Unbelievable.
What kind of mystery would this be if I gave you all the answers? That'd be totally out of left field. That's Mokuro just slapping her fingers on the keyboard. Guess that means he's done talking. Damn it. Group photo's been added. So in the end, all I found in the gym was even more confusion. And with that confusion in hand, I left the gym dejected. How does that count as a hint? It just made me even more confused. Is that what Monokuma was going for? Did he put together a fake photo just to confuse me? But it looks so real, so full of life. How could anyone fake that? We know it's not fake. And we know it's not fake because we've seen others like it. Which would mean everyone but me. Maybe I should just ask everyone directly. That should clear all this up. No, I have to clear all this up. Where is everybody? Hina's in the dining hall. No surprise there. He's in the garden. She's in the biolab. Alright, before I go anything, let's save. Decided to visit the biolab one more time, and the first thing I saw when I got there was her, passed out, again. Huh? Toko. Toko, you okay? She opened one of the coolers. I saw it, just above her. No, no. She's not dead, is she? Hello, Jill. It's cold. It's super cold. It's so cold I think I might catch cold. If you keep taking naps in places like this, I'm sure you will.
I see.
What? I was asleep? Ah, I must have fainted again. I bet you were standing there staring at me, getting all excited, weren't you? Oh, boy. Horny jail. No, I wasn't.
Have you reached that certain age?
Have you reached that certain age? Oh, then what? Hot and bothered? Straight up horny? Oh, boy. Here we go. Okay, so why did you pass out? I don't know. Last thing I remember was me waking up just now. What do you do? What do you do? What you do to Miss Morose? Oh, that's right. Your memory stops and starts each time you switch. Bingo bazinga. We share some basic knowledge, but our memories are very much separate.
SOB!
And don't say it like it's a bad thing. It's a blessing as far as I'm concerned. Because even if she forgets something, I totally remember. So it's like double the memory. No, it's more like half. Genocide Jack's memory has been added to the truth. But all I want to know right now is, where's my little darling? Tell me now or I'll slit your throat. I don't know. I'm sure Q is around somewhere, doing his own investigating.
Yes, yes.
By himself? That tongue is ridiculous. I assume so.
Oh, I'm on fire.
Oh boy. I knew it. Until I knew it. I'm a total pro when it comes to all things master. Anyway, I gotta hurry. I can't even imagine how lonely he must be right now. Toko shut off, her eerie laughter echoing behind her. I totally forgot to ask her about the picture. Well, there's no point asking Genocide Jack anyway. Besides, I have more important things to do right now. Why did Toko faint? There's got to be some reason for it. Yeah, this. The fridge, it's open. But I'm sure they were all shut tight last time I was here. They were. That must be why she passed out. What's going on, Kyoko?
Right.
She faints so easily. Kyoko,
Makoto.
it's getting late, isn't it? You okay?
Indeed.
I'm sorry if I made you worry. No, you don't have to apologize.
Listen,
But listen, about this room. Oh yeah,
it would seem
it's a morgue. Yeah,
I knew it.
I suspected as much. And Toko must have looked inside the fridge, seen what was in there, and well, there you have it. You knew she'd fainted?
Indeed.
I was on my way here when Genocide Jack came running past me. I assumed she must have sneezed, but once I got inside, the real reason became clear.
It would seem
I bet she came here to investigate, and when she opened the slot there... What do you mean, psychic? I knew this was a morgue. There's 16 students and there's 16 chests. And there's 7 of them not filled. Remember, the blue light turns on when the system starts. 7 of them didn't have a light on. The 6 of us and Mukuro. That's when she saw the body inside and drop like a bag of rocks. Why is everything got to be so difficult with her?
Anyway,
We should close it up. Don't want to leave it hanging open like that. Yeah, good idea. No, I want to see what she saw.
Makoto.
Give me a hand with this. Kyoko approached the fridge, hands outstretched. But suddenly she stopped. What's wrong?
Listen.
Maybe we should wait a second before closing it. Yes! Yes, I want to see which body she saw. Huh? How come? Because Mokuro's body is in here. What? Huh? What? Yeah. What are you talking about, Mokuro's body?
Would seem
Mokuro's corpse? Mokuro's body is inside the fridge?
I see.
Just like every other time, the mastermind probably brought it up here while we were in the class trial. The mastermind did it? Because they assumed we wouldn't be doing the class trial over again, I guess.
So,
You may be right. Either way, now I can finally get a good look at the body. Well, that's right. Kyoko didn't get a chance to check the body during the last investigation. This is Junko's body.
Makoto.
I need to do my own examination of the corpse as soon as possible. I'm going to find a clue this time, and I'm going to grab the mastermind by the tail. Okay, so what should I do?
So then,
Why don't you just wait over there? I'll let you know as soon as I'm finished. Just wait over there. That's it? No. I want to see the body. Should ask Kyoko about that group photo. After all, she's in it too. Don't let me interrupt your investigation, but I wanted to talk to you about something. What is it? It's about that announcement Monokuma made earlier. You mean the one about a hint or something? I didn't take him up on the offer. Huh? Why not?
because
The only reason he'd give us a hint at this point would be to confuse us, to cloud our judgment. I can solve this mystery on my own without whatever hints he may have to offer. That's a good point. Wish I'd go back and do the same thing, but what's done is done, I guess. Standing here looking at her. I don't think she's hiding anything from me. Is she right? Did the mastermind forge that picture as a trap to confuse us? It's got to be it. There's no other explanation. Is she going to give me the same?
because
Okay. On the left side, a bunch of blue lights are on. These ones aren't.
it would seem
We've seen the blue light comes on when a slot is occupied. So when someone's in there, the blue light comes on. Looking around, the number of lights that are on, including Makuro's, there's 9 in all. 9. 9 lights. Biolab lights, yep. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Those are the 9. Oh, son of a bitch. Are you going to change? Am I allowed to leave now? What the fuck? Look at the body then. I think I see. Yes. That tarp. It's the same as I found in the garden tool shed. If I remember that tarp, had a stamp on it that said Biolab. And that's the tarp that was used to help camouflage the murder in the garden. At some point, someone got it from the Biolab and took it over there. Okay. Okay, Makoto, I'm done. Already? Jeez, that was fast.
indeed.
Anyone can do good work if they go slow. In that spirit, I'll make my reports brief. No, I want to see the body.
Indeed.
So did you find anything?
Indeed.
I paid careful attention to the wounds and the traces of blood, and it seems highly likely that The stomach wound and blow to the back of the head were inflicted after death. Bingo. Because it's Junko's body. I want to see the body. What's in the box? This game is really starting to piss me off. Really? The burnt tissue made things a little difficult, but I'm completely confident in my findings. Unnatural to look at. Again, I've said before, I've actually laid my hands on 3 dead bodies, I think. 1, 2, maybe 2. I've seen more than 2, but I've actually laid my hands on 2 dead bodies. One of them, again, both of them were while I was working as an EMT. The first one, we got called. I was actually while I was training. Got called to a house where it appeared that a gentleman died overnight, and I had to do CPR because we're not just going to let somebody go. We're going to do what we can. The advanced EMT was doing his stuff with his equipment and his drugs while I was doing some CPR. Unfortunately, he was already gone. There's nothing we could do. Another time is we got called. I was working with another case files. What about seeing dead people? It happens. Another one was when I was working as a again EMT. I was done with training, but it was me and another basic EMT, and we got called to a unresponsive individual at a home. And apparently this individual was ill and died at home, which is what the family wanted, actually. And the other EMT I was with, checked for a pulse. And then as a precaution, I checked for a pulse. Again, there was nothing. Their stomach was like a bowl, so it was clear that they had passed. I can't remember. I think that's the only 2. I've seen a couple, but... Anyway, the burnt tissue made things a little difficult, but I'm completely confident in my findings. So that means neither of those were the fatal injury, right? Then what was the fatal injury? Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. The hell? They were, however, dead before the blast. Victim has been stabbed a single time with a knife which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. Oh. Obituaries, yeah. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. The only other option is those other wounds, but the file said they were old.
Is that right?
Where does it say they're old? Huh?
Because...
All the Monokuma file says is they were inflicted at least several days ago. I guess I don't see the difference.
Wrong.
Well, the difference is immense considering the impression they gave.
Listen.
You seem to be equating several days old with simply old.
However...
But that doesn't quite follow logically. Old wounds, it makes it sound like they've been there forever, like they're not related to the murder. Are you saying they are? Well, we all got the Monokuma file right after she was killed, right? So if the wounds were at least a few days old, there's no way they could have had anything to do with it.
So then...
But what if Mukuro herself wasn't killed within the last few days? What?
At the very least...
Certainly you can allow it as one of the many possibilities, can't you? One of many?
Right.
A detective doesn't have supernatural powers. There's no way to predict the answer from the beginning. Instead, the ideal detective begins by imagining as many possible scenarios as they can.
In other words...
They envision these possibilities without prejudice, without bias, using only their logic and common sense. Then, as they investigate, they test what they find against each of these possibilities. Of course, me telling you this doesn't mean you'll be any good at detective work. But beyond using that to solve this particular mystery, you should keep it in mind for the future. Oh, I already know. Kyoko's account. So if there's anything else you'd like to know about the condition of the body, now's the time. Come to think of it, there was one thing. Yeah, savage. Earlier, when I was looking at Makuro's profile, I listed her height and weight.
So,
5'7", 97 pounds. Vitals were 31, 22, 32. Did I get all that right? Those aren't vitals. You remembered all that? They are indeed consistent with the corpse. So then.
indeed.
And don't forget about the Fenrir tattoo. There's absolutely no mistake.
Indeed.
Our victim in this case is, without a doubt, Makuro Ikusaba. Nope. Updated.
And,
Is that all you wanted to ask? Yeah, I think so.
so then,
Looks like we have no further business with Makuro's body. Let's get going. It's kind of chilly in here. Oh, wait. Are we not going to put the body back? Don't you think it's kind of sad leaving it out like this?
why?
Sad? Did you forget? She was our enemy once. A part of the ultimate despair. But she still got killed. She's still a victim.
Hey,
Have you ever heard the phrase, you reap what you sow? Well, yeah, but still.
whew,
You really are naive, you know that? It's really quite appalling. But she could have abandoned me, but she decided to help me instead. So for someone like that, what does it mean to be naive?
so then,
I think we've done all we can do here. Back to our separate investigations, yes? Hey, hold on. Still have one more thing to do. Something I need to talk to Kyoko about. I need to ask her about the pocketbook I found in that locker. If I don't do it now... Hey, Kyoko. I did have one last thing. I know I shouldn't, but I feel like I have to ask.
what?
Go ahead then. Out with it. Have you really not seen your dad ever, even once, since you got here?
What?
What?
So,
What do you mean? Well, you know all those lockers on the second floor of the dorms?
indeed.
I do, yes. But to get into any of the lockers, you'd need the handbook of whoever the locker belongs to. Actually, I managed to get them open using that emergency handbook.
I see.
The one you found in the headmaster's hidden room?
And,
So, did you find anything worthwhile in the lockers? Yeah, I'm running out of breath here. It's like I'm reading an audiobook. I found a pocketbook, and after looking through it, I think it must be your pocketbook.
why is that?
What makes you say that?
Because,
Like I said, only the locker's owner should be able to get into it, right? Can't imagine those lockers belong to any of us. After all, we only got access to that area just recently. What I'm saying is there's no way I could have had access to any of those lockers. And if I did have a pocketbook, why would I bother putting it in a locker? Everything you just said makes perfect sense, but there was something written inside. Oopsie doopsie. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome into the stream. You've come in at a time where I'm reading this novel of a chapter 6 in Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. So come on in. You can hear me read with my dulcet tones. I had to get a drink. I was just I'm getting parched here. But thank you. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in. And thank you, Jago. It's a wonderful game book. But I'm getting tired. I've been reading for 3 hours here. Posture check. You got it. Hold on. Posture check and stretch. Okay, hold on. I'm going to move my mic. Oh. Oh. All right. Good times. Good times. Thank you. Thank you. So, we're probably going to finish up with Kyoko here. And before I go to the next room, I'll save and we'll pick it up next time. But, whew. Everything you said just said makes perfect sense, but there was something written inside. It was about the headmaster. About your father. Unless she's got a sister. Whoa!
If that's true,
Could that mean that video is real too? What video? The video from the beginning. Her video that we never got to see.
Makoto.
Makoto, I think everything is finally starting to fit together to reveal a cohesive picture. Although I'm afraid that picture might be worse than anything we could have imagined. Oopsie doopsie, thank you for the follow. Again, welcome into the Red Wings. Hope you enjoy your stay. Thank you very much. I need another drink. Whew. Good times. So this is what I'm going to do. Let me get over here. Here, take a second. There we go. Get back to my game, which is right here. So you're also playing Danganronpa. So how far are you at? Are you this far in, or you a little earlier? Picture might be worse. Yep. What are you talking about? I need to go investigate those lockers right now. I need to confirm what you just said with my own two eyes. You're only at chapter 2? Oh, as you can see, we're deep in endgame. So, I don't know if you've played the full game or not, but I mean, we're in huge spoiler territory. But I can tell you that chapter 2 was probably the most difficult for me. I had a hard time with it because it was really confusing. So, best of luck to you with that. The game is really, again, I don't know if you've played it before, but the game is really fun. It really makes you think. It is a real mind bender. So, but thank you for rating. Thank you for stopping by and the follow. Nice. Oh, let me give you the Headmaster's Handbook. That way you can...
So...
It won't be necessary. If I'm right about this, I shouldn't have any problem opening the locker with my own handbook. After all, it would seem that it's my locker. Your locker.
Makoto.
If you watch this, it'll all make sense. A DVD, Class 78, Urgent Interviews. I've seen other playthroughs, so I already know what happens, but thanks... Oh, okay. Again, this is my first playthrough. I have no idea how this ends. I have my theories right now based on what I'm seeing. But, again, as long as you're not spoiling yourself, good. But again, good luck with your own playthrough. Again, Case 2 was really confusing for me because of what, the things that happened in it. But you're really going to enjoy playing it. I have. And it says class number 78, urgent interviews.
So...
I found it in that hidden room after you left.
Anyway...
I don't have time to explain exactly what I think it means, so just watch it and see for yourself. I think you'll realize exactly what it means. You'll understand why you found my pocketbook in a place none of us have ever seen before. None of this makes sense right now. But I guess that means there's some important clues in this DVD.
Makoto.
Oh, and now it's my turn. Do you have a second to listen to me ramble? Oh my god. I don't know if I do, Kyoko. I don't know if I have the stamina for this. Ramble?
In other words...
So as it turns out, the arrangements I'd made didn't stick. What I mean is, I'm less and less sure of everything, even my own feelings. You're talking about your dad, right? I can never find the answers to the questions I wanted to ask for the rest of my life. And all because of the mastermind.
However...
But there's one thing I am sure of. When it comes to the mastermind, there's no room in my heart for forgiveness. I swore to destroy the mastermind. This is just one more reason to follow through on that. Kyoko's eyes burned with the fire of determination. The determination to defeat the mastermind. It's strange to be confronted with his death and suddenly feel this way. I couldn't care less if my father had found happiness.
Why?
So why is it? Why does it bother me so much to know how he suffered? It's ridiculous. There's just no understanding it, I guess. She let out a small laugh as she said it, but her smile was filled with sorrow.
Whew.
So that's it for my rambling. There's still much to do before I can consider my task complete. Yeah, you're right.
Hey,
But keep this in mind. There is only ever one absolute truth. Whether that truth serves justice or suffering. Whether it's the greatest truth or the worst. What do you mean?
Makoto.
Even if the truth you uncover is filled with hopelessness. The truth that they're all already dead. You still can't give up hope. Absolutely not, because all I can do is keep moving forward. That's pretty much all I'm good at, you know? Indeed. Sorry if that was strange.
So then,
Anyway, I need to get going. I'll see you at the class trial. Leaving behind that final farewell, Kyoko was gone. Better get going myself. I got that DVD from Kyoko. I should head to the AV room and check it out. Kyoko said something about hopeless truth. But no matter what happens, I won't lose hope. Even if it's the worst truth in the world. Can't afford to lose. Gotta go to the garden and see Hero. There's the dojo. Anything more in here? Anybody? Nobody? Okay. Hey, Hero. Makoto. What's going on with you? Every time I see you, you freak out like that. No. Sorry, but I'm in a big hurry. Once again, he ran off like a terrified rabbit. Hero, what's wrong? I still wasn't able to talk to him about the notebook I'd found. It was like he was avoiding me. Like he was afraid of me. Why? Alright, where is everybody? He's in the archive, okay. He was in the gym, right. Gotta go find Kuya. Haven't been up here in a while. Maybe this letter was part of Monokuma's setup too. Maybe he wanted us to find it, and then he acted all upset and crazy. I'm sure anyone watching the broadcast would just eat that kind of drama up. Oh, Kuya. Listen, do you think we could talk? Kuya?
That's enough.
I have nothing to talk to you about. Don't talk to me as if we're friends. Hey, Kuya, wait! Of course he didn't. He just walked away. What the? Why was he acting like that? Like he was purposely trying to avoid me. Just like Hero was. Yeah, I'm not going to the AV room. Not just yet. Why am I not surprised that I'd find her in the kitchen or in the dining room? So this is where you've been hiding. Listen, I was hoping to talk to you. Makoto! Why is everybody afraid of me? Sorry, gotta go. What? She ran off so fast I didn't have time to ask her to stop. Hina, why won't you talk to me? Everybody's running. They all saw the photo except Kyoko, right? Alright, I've been to the garden, I've been to the bio lab. I found Kuya. Everybody's gone. Everybody's avoiding me. Alright. I tried to talk to everybody, but they left me. There's only one thing left. The AV room. And that, we'll have to wait for next weekend. My God. Oh my goodness. Just like a good suspense novel. Just like a good mystery movie. Leaving you on a cliffhanger. Wow. Again, something tells me that all 15 of these people are already dead. How Makoto works into this, I don't know. But I think they're the tragedy that happened 1 year ago. All 15 of them were wiped out. How Makoto fits into this, I just don't know. Because Makoto's the only one that wasn't in the picture. Everybody's running from us, trying to hide. It is unreal. But first thing next week, we will be checking out that DVD. Find out what happened. But until then, thank you everybody for stopping in. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for spending time with me. Whether you had me on in the background and you were lurking, which again, we do have a lurk command. Feel free to use it. Whether you participated in chat, thank you very much for stopping by. Thank you very much for giving me your most valuable asset, your time. Tomorrow we will pick up with some more Persona 5 Vanilla, pursuing Kaneshiro. That should be tomorrow, maybe Wednesday. I'm not sure at the moment. Might be able to squeeze in another Wednesday, I think. Where's my calendar? Wednesday's the 31st, so I may be able to squeeze another one in. But until we see each other again, thank you very much once again for stopping by. If you're looking for some of my old VODs, they're over on my YouTube channel under the same name. My Persona 5 Royal and Persona 4 Golden streams are over there, along with some of my Danganronpa and Persona 4 Vanilla. I'm moving over there because obviously they're not staying on Twitch forever. My social media links are right there if you want to come follow me on Twitter or join the Discord. You can come on over and chat and have a good time. Until we see each other again. Take care. As Jerry Springer. I'm gonna plagiarize Jerry Springer every time. Please take care of yourself and each other. Stay safe. Get vaccinated if you can. Be kind to one another. And good night. Thank you.